Morning, everybody. It's 8:12 a.m., November 27th. Hope everybody had a good holiday. All right, I did a recap in Market Outlook yesterday. You could check that video out. So I went into detail about sectors and the indexes and certain stocks. So I'm not going to have to do that as much this morning. Of course, we're going to analyze the market profile and the volume profile, but there's a couple other things I forgot to mention the other day. So we can go over some news and we can go over a certain indicator that I like. Um, Without further ado, welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the market. I like to use supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, and the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the preceding day, all to find structure in the market. Because price action is very hard to get an edge just with price action. Don't get me wrong, I use price action. I'm talking about when the market's falling, you think it's falling, and let's say you want to go short because the market's falling, but then structure doesn't break, and then all of a sudden reverses in your face, and you're on the wrong side. That's what structure helps me with. Okay, and of course, if you're new, subscribe, set an alert. Okay, and if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up or a like. That would help me out a lot. And you can always follow me on X at Gonzo719. And we can get right into the watch list. A couple things going on here. Okay, so let's look at this. Now we got a VIX that is up 5%. Okay, a VIX is up 5%. Now we got silver. Okay, up 1.84%. Gold over 2K, up 5.56%. Okay, you got dollar weakness here. 30-year bonds are being bought, up 0.3. 10-year yield report at 8.20. Okay, Nasdaq is pretty much flat. ES is slightly down to flat. The Dow is down 0.12. The dollar is down 0.16. Russell is down 0.31. Crude. Crude was getting hammered earlier, kind of making a little bit of recovery here. OPEC delayed meetings. Okay, so maybe they couldn't agree on cuts, and that's what caused the sell-off in crude. Bitcoin. Bitcoin down 3.18%. I believe that was down more earlier, and we'll look at that chart very quickly. All right, Ether's down 5%. Okay, let's look at what else is going on here. Top stocks I like to swing and day trade. All right, Amazon. Okay, is up 1%, and I had a key level on Amazon. It's like 145, 147. That's broken. Okay, so let's see if that can hold. All right, Amazon just agreed with some Spanish workers, found an agreement, and also now Amazon is the largest shipping over FedEx and UPS. Okay, we have Tesla up 0.79. In my weekend video, I talked about Tesla and XLY could be queuing up for a breakout. Okay, Nvidia up 0.18. Now Nvidia I talked about too. 477 is a key support level. Okay, AMD. Everything is looking at these key levels, right? So AMD has um, like around 121, 122 resistance from the past. It looks like it's going up to that level again. So interesting, right? Of course, Apple at 190 is a key level, so that's almost there. So just a lot of stocks right at their key levels, right? What do we have as laggards here? We have Meta, Microsoft, Baba, Coin. Coin obviously in sympathy with Bitcoin. Okay. Now let's move over to top sector stocks. Okay. Salesforce. Let's see here. Their earnings are on 1129, so they're also at a key level. Walmart. Now they may be getting some loves because there's like all sorts of records broken for Black Friday. And laggards, these were down more before because crude was down more before. Chevron and Exxon, Cat, UPS. Now maybe UPS is catching some flack because of the Amazon's now the largest shipper. Um, that's that kind of wraps up that. All right, so now we can move over to the sectors. Let's look at the sectors here. Who's the leader? All right, XOY, right? That's one of my breakout candidates from the weekend. Okay, want to see it hold. You want to see it hold the 167 level. Okay, let me just look at my notes here. I'm not going to jump at it, right? Because I believe this market might push up and might do a little correction. So, yeah, 167 is a key level. So watch out for that. Now look, Amazon and Tesla. Think about that. The biggest drivers in that sector are up pre-market. So that's going to drive XLY. And if we're going to make a little more push, XLY is going to push the S&P 500. Okay. Now, second to that, you got real estate and other laggards, right? Communications, industrials, and the weakest is energy. No surprise there. All right. Now, let's get into some market news. Okay, let's look at that economic calendar. All right, so what do we have this week? All right, let's look at it. Let's look at the market news here. All right, we have new home sales at 10, so I would stay away from initiating a trade at 10 a.m. You could get a little volatility. Okay, so that's today. Tomorrow, bunch of Fed speak from 10 a.m. to 3:30. So a lot of Fed speak. Okay, Wednesday looks like you have what GDP growth rate, GDP price index, retail inventories. All right, and we have crude reporting inventory, Fed Mester. Now Thursday, this is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge is the core PCE. Okay. Now, previous is zero point 0.3, the forecast is 0.3. Okay. Headline right here, we're actually looking for a decrease. 3.4 previously, looking for 3.1. Okay. And let's see, you got pending home sales, and then Friday. Oh, look at that. Fed Powell speaks at 11 a.m. on Friday, so I'm sure everybody will pay attention to that. Okay. What else do we have going on here? Not much. Yeah, I talked about Amazon surpassing UPS and FedEx. Not much I wanted to talk about there. Amazon stock rose. I talked about that. Walmart. I kind of covered really what I wanted to talk about there with some news. Okay. Now, there is a little indicator. And this I don't put lots of weights in each indicator, just something interesting. Okay, I'm going to move you guys over to this chart. Now, I saw a couple credit. I'll give credit where credit's due. Figuring out money. I think his name is Silva, Jay Silva or John Silva. I'm sorry if I'm not getting that correct, but figuring out money, right? He talked about this indicator, and it's pretty solid, right? So what I have on my chart, it's trading view chart, and down below here is the percentage of the S&P 500 stocks above their 20-day moving average, simple moving average, right? Now, every time the market reaches 90, if you look above, there's always a pullback. So here, if you look above, look, market pulls back, right? Here, look above, S&P 500 pulls back. Okay, here again, a pullback. Here again, a little pullback, right? So we're here now. We're above 90. No pullback yet. Okay, this is just a data point, but it's pretty good at nailing these short-term tops. Just thought that was pretty interesting, pretty cool. All right, like I said, does this mean I just short now? No, but it kind of goes along with what I might think happened this week or coming up. We need to have a little bit of a pullback or correction. Okay, don't know when that's going to happen. I just thought this is very interesting to see these 90% of stocks are over their 20-day simple moving average on the daily. So that means you're overextended. Okay, that basically what that means is you're overextended. Okay, we can get right into. Let's get into daily charts, and I don't have to go over the SPY the Qs. I already did that this weekend. Well, last week you pretty much did not much of nothing, not much of anything. So a bunch of coiling happening in a bunch of stocks. But one thing I did want to go over is Bitcoin, and I talked about this over the weekend. Not Bitcoin, but structure. Okay, and how I judge a stock that's in balance, how it's coiling, is it going to break out or whatever, right? So let's get over to that because I think that this chart just follows through what I've been saying about how markets move. Okay, now this is the chart of Bitcoin. Okay, so what I have here, just so everybody knows, this profile is the last month. All right, most traded price has been 36,549. Okay, right here. Now, if you noticed, it was in balance. This is what I talked about on the weekend. I love this little edge. Okay, because if the most traded price, these are each week's profiles of each week, right? And then we have hourly candles. Okay, and I also have on these equivolume candles, which shows me the largest volume, right? So the largest volume you can see here is right here, the buying, right? So boom, those buyers got taken out, and then boom, 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 up, large volume on the breakout here, right? Breakout of 38. Now, there's been selling, okay? So this is the balance rules that I talked about. Usually, this is what happens, okay? You have a balance area, and it's been from 38 to 85, right, to down here, say 35 to 87. That's been the area of balance, okay? You broke out of that last week. Big volume here at the top, right? Now, you want to see, this is the test, and you want to see if it can hold and then make another move, right? Well, what happened? This is called a look above and fail. And in balance rules, if you look above and fail and start coming back into range, okay, most likely you're going to end up down here at 35,600 around here, bottom of this range. Could even be last month's highs. That's usually what happens. Now, either you come back here, you go back, or it doubles this area here. So the width of this balance area, you will break lower. Okay, so this basically told you buyers could not take this higher, and now it's failing. Okay, and all these longs, right, are going to cover, which should bring us down here. So just a chart to look at. Okay, other thing, gold, 2K. Okay, you're really hitting up against this level. Obviously, we're over 2K, but 2017 has just been a monster level. If you look at it on the monthlies, look at that. How many times you've touched this level? 1, 2, 3. Can it make it over here and eventually go above this 2078 level as well? It's a big level, and then it could be off to the races. And I don't know. People are calling for 3,000, 5,000. I don't know. I know I own some gold and some gold miners, so they're up, hoping to get that big push. Okay, so, and then let's just look at crude real quick. crude right here has been getting battered. Okay, battered. Look at that, just fell off, right? But what we got to look at here is you're below the 200-day moving average, right? Most traded price of the year is 80. Okay, so this needs to take out this 200, and I do believe this could be something next year that could take off. Okay, let's get into the 10-year yield. Okay, let's see where we're at with that. All right, where are we at here with the 10-year yield today? All right, so this was Friday, and look, we're down a little bit, as expected, down 0.42, down at 4.45. All right, you bounced off this 100-day moving average, and no surprise here. This was key. Look to the left. This was key resistance. Well, that acted as support. Bounced off it, gapped up. Now we're in a little bit of a range again. So next move down would be to 4.2. If you take out this is last month's lows. If you recover that, then you got resistance at 4.7. Okay. Let's look at the dollar. That dollar is taking another fall again. So let's see this move up. So you had a dollar move up in a range, fell, swing high, and now we're back down here. Okay, this is a very key level here, and we're right at last week's lows. Can we break down to 102? And again, this dollar, the weaker the dollar gets, the stronger it is for equities and for commodities. Okay, so we have to see. We have to see where that is, where it goes. Okay. Now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to structure. Now I really have to say, that, by the way, was the triple. I mean, I have to go over the VIX. I don't really have to go over that. That is basically almost at pre-COVID lows. So a lot of complacency in the market. No fear. Okay. So let's go over to our lovely market profile and volume profile. Okay. Now you got a bunch of little sessions here that don't mean much. Okay, they really don't mean much. All right. So let's look at this here. Again, you have those shortened sessions, but we are in balance. Okay. Let me get my trusty marker out. And after this holiday trading, right, you really have to be patient in the morning, have things set up, because there's a lot of low volume trading that was happening. Okay. So we have our profile here. It's pretty balanced, right? Most traded price is around 45.85. Okay, price is right here. I'm sorry, 45.65. Price is at 45.64 right now. So we're right in the middle of balance. Okay. So what that means is you can expect inside out trading. We're going to go here, test this edge, or we're going to go here, test down here. That's what we're going to do. And then we find out if we fade the edge or we break out somewhere. That's basically it today, because we've just been doing a lot of nothing. But it's bullish. Okay? It is bullish because we're just holding these higher prices. Okay? So, really quickly, let's just go over some scenarios, because these scenarios are pretty basic today, and I'm really going to sit back today. Sit back and watch, just because you need to sit back and let some things develop in the morning. That's not what I wanted to do. so if we're in a bullish now we do have demand down here. Okay, and what we do have is a poor low right here. So if we come back down here, that means shorts are a poor location down here. And then they got stuffed. Now we're back up here, right? So that could be an area. So if the market opens, okay, all right, so if the market opens, it could come up here, come down to this demand, break that poor low, and you could recover, do higher low. We could find ourselves back up here. Okay, now if we take out, now remember we have to cross the most traded price, so if we cross that and hold this level, possibly there's a lot of supply up here, so I'll possibly make a little move up there. Okay, now conversely with the short, now overnight inventory right here is almost 100% net short, but they've been taken care of. See, they've taken profits all day, so there's no edge there. So price is, like I said, right in the middle of the model. Not really interested where it's at. Okay, but price is going to go out to the edge. Okay, so if price can't break this supply, and even if it does a little bit and it comes back and falls under the most traded price, holds under it, you're probably going to test this side. Okay, it can break this. Now this is a bear scenario. Okay, break this down. If it holds under this level, maybe we test down here. All right, you got the 9 EMA on the daily right here, and if you look to the left, you have kind of like a weak low all the way over here. Okay, market could also come up here, like I said before, and test really up into the supply. It's been tested once, and you have to really gauge what happens in here. If you start putting in some lower highs, we could come back and end up around here. All right, that's what I see in the ES. Okay, now I talked about it in the weekend. Just a brief recap. XLK has been at all-time highs. Microsoft, all-time highs. Okay, Nvidia finally had some weakness and pullback. That's looking at 477. That's a key level. AMD at 122. That's big time resistance. Okay, so I'm expecting possibly, okay, a push up. All right, a push up, shakes out some shorts, and then possibly a reversal that we finally get some correction, finally get a pullback that's probably going to be viable for the Santa Claus rally. Again, do I know if that happens? Nope. That's just a theory. I'll plan accordingly. If that doesn't happen, then I have another plan, right? So that's that. Let's look at the NASDAQ together. Is it going to be similar? Let's see. Pretty similar. Different structure, though. Different structure. All right, so let's look. What do we have? We have balanced profile. You got excess at the top, excess at the bottom. Okay, where's price? Price is right here, right at the most traded price of the last week at 160.11. All right, right here is the most traded price of the week, right in the middle of the muddle. All right, same type of thing. Okay, expect inside out trading. Okay, because you're right in the middle of balance. We're going to test an edge one way or the other. That's going to happen. You're not going to just stay here. Okay, so structure wise, we have demand below, we have supply above. Okay, which you expect in this balanced NQ. Okay, so very simple guys. Same thing as the ES, really. All right, let's look. We're going to go outside. We're going to go inside out because we're in the middle of the balance. I don't like initiating trades here because you can get chopped up. Okay, so when if you test down here this demand, right, you got demand here and you got demand here. Okay, so this one could find some buyers, cross over the middle, Test this supply. Okay, test this supply. Okay, so that could either go down here as well, break this demand, fine. Then you have over here, you look to the left, you have a couple weak lows here. Could even push through that, but then you got the liquidity to go higher. Okay. Now conversely, with the short, okay, here we know, like I said, we're gonna push out to an edge and test it. So it could be this supply, and we roll over. Okay, and then you can break this demand. Now, if you break this weak low with volume, you're going back down at least to here. Okay, we also have this supply up here. You could test the top of these low volume days, right? Get some weakness, roll over, probably make a little pit stop here, and then again, see if you can go lower. That's really it. Now remember what I said. Technology's at all-time highs. Nvidia had earnings and now sold off. Apple at 190, right? Had a weak close. Okay, Microsoft at all-time highs. Amazon's at a key resistance level. AMD at a key resistance level. So, but then conversely, XLY, like I said, could break out. Look at Tesla, look at Amazon. Those stocks are strong today. So something's got to give. Okay, something it has got to give. You also have financials that just made a huge move. Healthcare just made a huge move. Most likely they're going to rest. Okay, they're going to balance off that move. Okay, so I'm going to wait. Okay, I'm going to wait. All right, so you can kind of see what I'm saying here. All-time highs, some stocks at resistance, financials and healthcare just broke out, but you have XLY that's coiling, and it makes it a little bit of a cloudy picture. Okay, because if that breaks out, now XLY is doing what I, said it was possibly could do. Could make it weird. XLY could obviously be relatively strong, and it could do its own thing with Tesla and Amazon. So anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I don't have a I mean, I have a clear picture, but it definitely makes the market mixed. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. All right, if you did, please subscribe, set an alert. Also, if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Okay, you can also follow me on X at Gonzo719. Okay, so we have the plan. Okay, we have the plan. It's basically to wait patiently. Right now, the most traded price of the week in NASDAQ and the ES, you're going to push from inside out and test one of the edges. And then we have to look at how the market responds, right? How strong this market is, or if we're due for some pullback. So we have to see. All right, everybody have a good day. Stay green, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.